What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Richard Padilla, and you're watching College Avenue Daily. For you newbies out there, College Avenue Daily is a short and sweet update show of the world, as in politics, entertainment, sports, and any other weird stuff that happens on Earth. Mostly Florida, but on Earth. The date of this edition of CAD is July 3rd, 2018, and we'll be talking about an update on Trump's potential Supreme Court candidates, raging wildfires in Colorado, and the Oakland warehouse fire plea deals. Before we start, go ahead and like the video, go ahead and subscribe to College Avenue, and go ahead and share this with one of your invisible friends. Trump has continued to interview more Supreme Court candidates, 3 on Tuesday, which is today. That goes up to 7 candidates that he's already spoken to. Brett Kavanaugh was one of the 3 people he spoke to on Tuesday, who is one of the top nominees that he will announce on July 9th. On the downside for Kavanaugh, he's gotten a lot of criticism from Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky. Some of the things he's been questioned goes back to the Bush administration with his involvement with executive privileges and the disclosure of documents to Congress. Some red flags have been raised by libertarians and pro-life activists on his views of abortion as well. Another candidate that conservatives groups have been rallying around is Amy Barrett, and has the backing from Newt Gingrich, and I quote, "Judge Amy Coney Barrett would make an outstanding Supreme Court justice. Her clarity and intellectual strengths in Senate hearings for her current judgeship showed an intellect and a depth of thought that would be powerful on the Supreme Court." But with that said, a lot of Democrats claim that she would be in favor of overturning Roe v. Wade and also weakening Obamacare. As we found out from reporters on Friday, President Trump would not question his nominee's views on abortion, as he said it's inappropriate to discuss. With that said, things to pay attention to is the July 9th date, and that the GOP has a 51-49 majority in Senate. And lastly, we want to know what you guys think. Do you think Roe v. Wade will be overturned with the new Supreme Court justice, and why? Moving on to our next story, the Colorado wildfires. As of right now, the wildfires have destroyed over 100 homes in Fort Garland, about 205 miles away from Denver. And the exact amount at the moment is at 104. Now, this is unfortunate for those residents because it's obviously derailed their holiday plans, as hundreds have evacuated from the area. An interesting thing is that some of these homes were actually developed by Malcolm Ford in the 1970s. They're also calling this a spring fire, and is one of the 6 wildfires burning in Colorado, which is also the largest one out of those 6. Lastly, some of the authorities have some kind of an idea what has started it, probably from a fire pit or from the other 5 fires. 2 men in California have taken a plea deal from a warehouse fire that killed 36 people. So, the 2 men, Derek Alamina and Max Harrison, each plead to no contest to 36 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Both Alamina and Harrison lived in the warehouse. Harrison was present and escaped that night, while Alamina was with his family staying at a nearby hotel. The Oakland warehouse was also known as a music venue and was called the Ghost Ship. Prosecutors said that the men turned the warehouse building into a death trap with few exits, rickety stairs, and dark and dangerous passageways. So the sentencing for Alamina would be 9 years in prison, while Harrison could face up to 6, but we won't know until next month. And if this actually went to trial, both of them could have been convicted for life in prison. Since they've been serving for a year on good behavior, it looks like they might serve only half the sentence. And a lot of the family members of the 36 victims have been very vocal about how they have not gotten justice in this case. Family members would have preferred a trial where the men could have possibly been sentenced to life in prison. Lastly, the investigators of this case could not determine the cause of the fire. Regardless of what happened, do you agree, do you disagree with the court's decisions? And if you do or not, tell us why. Okay, that's all we have for CAD. If you haven't already, this is the part where you like the video, subscribe to the College Avenue channel, and share with your invisible friends. Also, if we missed anything in any of these stories, go ahead and let us know in the comments down below. Your input improves CAD. Then go check out our other videos on this channel, like the Jacob and Me Show, Undrafted Opinions, or Pennsylvania Avenue. I've been Richard Rodillo. Thank you guys for watching. And